take. So when you get out alive, you don't die, and that's like 15-20% anyway, and you give up your advantage.
Well, if you get out alive, then you got your Uber advantage, so it doesn't really matter that you've not switched to crits.
But they'll also be Ubering. Like, they would have also counted the Uber.
Yeah, I know, but then obviously you can push faster still. Like, it makes sense. It makes sense to go crits even if they got the Uber, because you've at least reduced your pushing time. Whereas it makes no sense to go crits versus Uber on the first point, because there's literally no advantage to you running the crits. You've got to pop through Uber first anyway. And it doesn't build any faster, because it's a given setup time anyway.
In the setup time it doesn't build faster, but it's on the repush. So like, you know when you push on Gully Wash last and sixes, but you go with crits, you pop in the crits, but you make sure that none of you die or overcommit, and then you repush it as soon as you get crits, because they'll be on Uber.
Yeah,
it's the same sort of
I'm just not sure
theory.
It's actually worth it. But, you know.
I don't know, it'd be interesting to try it. Yeah. But anyway, attacking A, you may as well get into spec for this. Although you guys, except maybe you, David, know this already.
I've been to a steel mapwalk before, but I don't remember much of it.
Okay.
It is on YouTube as well, actually.
Basically, we send our heavy classes out first for like a suicide. Heavy, Pyro, and Demo up here. Soldier, I don't know what he does. Soldier maybe goes to B or something. But like heavy classes up here, and they go in. They wait for the spy or the scout to call something up here to like sentry positions, just so we know it's safe to jump in and try and force something. Check for stickies up on the pipe. Check for stickies up on the arch. Check for spy there on that sign. They can sit here. Also, check for spy on here. So like just jump over here, flame it a bit, come back, and a spy there. And you can also like flame in these just down here and you'll catch that spy too, but don't come off this hill.
Didn't you say something about being a bit more thorough when you're like flaming down at the bottom there? Because like you wouldn't maybe not catch them.
Yeah, you might not catch them, but you can do it pretty quick. You just need to hit like this line and this line.
Alright.
That's pretty much it. Do that kind of mouse movement, just straight along. Straight along. But yeah, stickies will be here. Watch out for soldiers. Is it like on this window or up high?
Both of them. A bit higher up.
Like,
about halfway up.
Okay, you can come show.
A bit up. It's just up there somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, watch out for a soldier up there too. Make sure he gets called if he's hiding. I've never seen another soldier use it.
That's because it's really, really bad.
But nobody expects it. Every team you see runs out here. Like, they'll go, there's no stickies? There's no stickies. Okay. And then they just get here. They're like, medic, it's safe. And then they get killed by the soldier. But yeah, you send up your heavy classes up here. Like, Demoman just kind of spams over there and spams up there. And Heavy and Demo and Pyro can all just jump down at the same time, try and force something if they're holding here. If they're holding here, you're going to need to like play a bit like cautious. You're going to have to be waiting here with the spam and sidestepping to just try and get them really weak, to get them to back off. As soon as you see them back off, try and get to about here and just hold them in spawn for a bit. Get some time on the point if that sentry went down as well. But the priority isn't the sentry at this point, it's keeping the enemy team away. Because when the enemy team's distracted, their engineer's all left alone over here. Or maybe he's over here. And he'll be cut off, and it's quite easy for a spy to take out a lone engineer. To be cautious of is, like I said, engineer and sentry here. The sniper can be here, he can be here, and around here. So he's got like that crazy sniper line. If you give him too much space, if he doesn't get called out, you're probably dead. You're going to need to make sure that your sniper takes him out or the spy takes him out first. And you need the positioning to be called out, because there's no point running up here if that sniper's still alive, as well as the sentry, because you can't do anything about that sentry. If the sentry's proving an issue to get down, just soldier goes direct hit, and he sits like either up there or just comes down here and just direct hits it, and it dies. When you force a pop or you get something down, you can bring your medic out here, and then you can push with an Uber. Make sure you've got everyone here to push with the Uber. Just get a really dominant push and take A quite easily. You can get A without the Uber, but I don't know if we'll be able to do it, because it didn't work last time we played it. Once you cap A, Heavy can go like on those stairs. Demo's here with a sticky trap there and a sticky trap there or there. And you just cap this down quite easily. Make sure the pyro is kind of spy checking around behind here. That's normally where the spy will come from. And then you should have that point. When this point, you get that point, this door opens. And this door opens. When we're going to push, if we've got such an advantage that they wiped and then we capped it pretty much instantly before they've like got full respawns and their engineer didn't get up to build on B, we'd rush down here, straight into B and go from main. If not, we'll send our flanks, we'll send our flanks and maybe like the pyro and the demo or something this way. And they'll try and make something happen. Or we might even send like the entire combo just all the way behind them. But we need something distracting them from the front at B. I'll just run through. But yeah, we could send the entire combo through here, but you need to be wary of the pyro. So our pyro would need to go through first and clear off their pyro. Once he air blasts that pyro, so it's like half a second from here. Once he air blasts that pyro, the heavy comes around the corner and spins up and starts shooting the pyro down. That's the pick you need. Wait, get full buffs and everything, and then like start pushing into B. The sentry will either be here, here, or maybe even here. So pop about here, or maybe even further back depending where the sentry is. Try and coordinate it with your spy and try to push when you know all the positioning of the enemy. If we're able to rush it, heavy classes hold forward, heavy sits about here, pyro and demo here, and scout just kind of caps. Once that's done, we will push from in here. The chances are we might have cornered them off, they might get stuck depending on their skill level of the teams that we're playing. But they might like get stuck about here and we'll have to have a little fight here just to get them. But if we fight them here, it's pretty much guaranteed C position unless their engineer got out to C again. So if we like really use momentum to push on this and we corner them off quite quickly, we can easily win this because they can't change spawns out of here. So we can get C for free pretty much by the time that we cap B, because we can kill them off here and we can get onto C when they get their respawns at C, and then it's too risky because there'll be sticky traps obviously. If we capped B and they did get respawns and the demo was up, watch out for this grate. Explosive damage goes through it. It's really nasty, so don't walk over there until it's been called that there's no stickies. Worth just sending somebody worth like a heavy or something in there if there are stickies and you can't quite see them, because then they'll definitely get detonated and then it's pretty much clear as long as you can hold your ground without a heavy. When you're pushing this point, try and pop as late as possible. If you pop here, it's quite easy for a pyro to jump down from that ledge or that ledge and just air blast you back, unless you've got a heavy. At this point, you kind of want to Uber the demo man, really, because the sentry will be up here, or the sentry will be back here. If the sentry's back here, it's easy for a spy to take out and help you, help distract and stuff. But if the sentry's here, you really want a demo man Uber. The heavy can't really get the ground, nor can he take out a wrangled sentry, so from distance. The enemy team will be holding either like around this area, or maybe in here if they're smart. So just watch out for that. You don't want to get forced, you don't want to run up here and then realise there's a heavy on top of your head and like just drop. So always be aware of like where the heavy and the demo man might be standing. Watch out for snipers sniping down all the way into that door. That's pretty much this, just demo man to Uber and take out the sentry here and then hold forward again, like heavy sits about here. Maybe with the pyro can sit back here and watch for spies. And your demo man and just caps, maybe with a scout or a spy or something. Once you cap that, use the momentum to get all the way around. And like run into here. One sec. And just kind of hold them off in spawn there and get somebody to cap D. You can really use the momentum from C to cap D unless they actually retreated. When it starts getting to C, you start seeing teams committing, so there is a chance that we get lucky and they commit to defending C and it doesn't work for them. So we'll be able to cap D quite convincingly. Once you cap D, they can't get out of this spawn door, and it forces them to only escape from these doors. So when we cap D, we send our heavy and our medic to hold around this area. And everyone kind of just stacks at that point whilst you've got like the heavy, maybe the pyro. It depends where the enemy team are. Watch out if they do get past us, if they get into lobby. Watch out that they come behind, so we'll need to move around, obviously, if they start coming behind. But if they do come here, it's quite easy for the demo man to just put like a sticky trap here. So as soon as they come around this corner, they're dead. Or really hurt. So they can't push it and give us enough time to get back and put a defense there. Nothing to worry about E. If they've got a level 3, don't let it be too intimidating. Because it doesn't really work on last. I don't think it works on last unless you're against a team that fails. It just makes the engineer really easy to take out by a sniper from across there. And then the sniper gets full rain on all of this, takes out the sentry. Spy can get the sentry as well really easily. Soldier can get it. It's not a very good place to put level 3. So maybe we'll start expecting more minis. I don't know, they seem to be more common now, minis on last and D. But yeah, we'll try and get this high ground before they can get the high ground, like as a soldier or a scout. And just deny them down, I think. Whilst we're capping D or something. And then we pretty much capped E, I would say. When we're defending, our actual defense is going to be... Defense is the best bit of this map, actually. Our defense is going to be sentry here, sniper here, pyro here, heavy medic here-ish, demo man watching there. Try not to get forced, like watch out for sticks. If there's sticks coming down, either walk all the way like over here, or maybe come over here if we've got their sniper down. Soldier and scout sit on B and they call out things, so... I don't know where you normally go, Tom, but kind of just hanging around and watching this point, call out if they push. Oh yeah, our engineer will stick a sneaky teleport exit here, and we won't build a teleport entrance until we're at the other spawn. Engineer can run Eureka effect, but it's absolutely vital that he gets out of here alive, or we can't have a B defense. So Eureka effect, or he can have a teleport entrance here that he uses to get out. Heavy medic, you gotta use the Uber to escape, primarily. You don't want to be defending this point too much, unless it's obvious you've like easily won it, so if you can force that Uber before it gets to about this point, if you can force the Uber, then you should be able to win it. But you can just hide, back here. And they'll probably Uber down anyway, because there'll be this sentry. So they'll probably have to Uber, so you can just hide around here, and as soon as they come around the corner, just Uber. Just play it really safe, milk it for as long as possible, don't take any damage. And then use that Uber to start, to take them out, and slowly move up here. Kind of hold in this area-ish, or this area, until you get another Uber to move down into this ground, where you and your demo man and your medic can come back and hold with the sentry. Keep repeating that pretty much until until it stops working, until they get advantage. If they get Uber advantage, you need to be holding pretty much at spawn door. There's no point risking it. Because you can get cut off really easily, you can die really easily. It's not a fast escape running up these stairs and then coming back around here. You get trapped out by a demo man really fast. But yeah, so use the Uber to escape, because you want to be defending B. For about the same time as defending A. The big defense will be on C and E. I think that's pretty much this. The spy will obviously be in one of these spots, but he'll be cloaked and he'll just be doing the calling the positioning, calling the Uber charges rather than going for the stabs. Only reason to go for a stab is if the sniper's out-sniped our sniper, or if he can get a guaranteed medic or heavy stab. A lone demo man can't really do too much on A, because the classes are generally spread out, and he's got to spread his stickies way too far, because they can just surround him. Yeah, that's pretty much this. When you wanna get out here, this door, and just run all the way around. When we're defending this point, ideally, I want like a sentry, like around here-ish, or up the back if our sniper's much more dominant than their sniper. And then we have like our heavy and demo man sitting around here, slowly like they rotate roles, running back and forth when they need to. Like when one's weak, they rotate back, and the demo man will then spam, and then when he's weak, the heavy will come down and spam and keep them held there. Pyro needs to watch this door, like, the entire time. Pyro doesn't need to do anything else, just watch this door. Listen for when it gets called out by our flank, so Scout and Soldier, listen out for when they call that they're pushing through A to E. When they do, just kind of like lie in wait around here or here. As soon as they come in, if they come in with a heavy first, you can just air blast them all off and they all die. But we'll rotate around if we get the call too, and so you'll have heals and just stay alive. And we'll probably counter reboot using the Pyro.
If they go pyro first, is there a specific way to counter that?
Have better air blasts, react faster.
Okay.
If you don't react faster, just say that their Pyro's like, got it, and we'll switch the heals. Well, we'll keep the heals on as long as possible until they start coming in with a heavy that starts shooting you pretty much. But you shouldn't get pinned too much, and it will waste their Uber. As long as you can waste their Uber for like 3 seconds before we need to pop, you've won it for us anyway. It doesn't really matter if they come in with a Pyro first. They can't do anything. Like, if we're holding here, and then they've like already popped here because you're here, and they've popped to kill you, but that's already taken like 2 seconds and we're just hiding here, their Uber can't do anything to us. They can't air blast us anywhere that will get us stuck. They're just stuck back here anyway. We can just spam up here with Demo Man. So yeah, you just need to buy a couple seconds of Uber advantage for us. As soon as it's same way as defending A, as soon as we get like Uber disadvantage, hold a bit passively, like maybe hold back here if they keep trying to push that way. If they keep pushing main, like just hold it about here. Once again, Pyro sits back here, doesn't look forward. And then just run away as soon as possible. Again, the engineer needs to get out alive, just run away from his sentry. And then we get out and we start building on here. When we're running past, Demo Man can put some stickies just up here quick. It's like, this spot is probably the best. Players don't check that too much. They can see them over this side much easier than they can see them here. So that's where the sticky trap should go, just like on this wall. But yeah, so where we defend, sentry here, Wrangled watches there, Demo Man sits here, Pyro sits here, they spam down. Heavy kind of sits in this area, Medic sits in this area. The Pyro needs to rotate mostly around here. If you don't see the spy for a long time, that's because he's taken the long route and he's come through D. So then you'll need to rotate here and just spy check really quickly. And just like keep rotating when you haven't seen the spy for a while, just keep rotating here and here, because we don't want to get stabbed. And we won't expect it too much. But the heavy should be facing this way anyway, because he's not going to take too much damage from just sitting here. So he'll catch out anything that's coming through there anyway. The sniper, only if the sniper's like shooting us, he needs to come here. If not, he goes to E and defends the E. We have our spy calling out position, and soldier, scout, and sniper kind of defend D and E area. Just keep like roaming. The Demo Man can also roam a bit. For the heavy and medic, if we've got Uber advantage, the only way to defend C successfully is to defend it aggressively. So when we played against up, I kept jumping up here and coming down here with an equity, or maybe on my own just sometimes. And they were all holding in this area, but nobody expects a heavy to jump down here and here. So you spin up quite quickly and you can get all the surprise.
Most of the time it was on your own because I kept on messing up that jump.
Yeah.
But,
one time we did it with an Uber though.
Yeah, that was good.
It was beautiful. But yeah, you need to get like, as the heavy in the combo, they need to start coming in here. Every advantage you get, come in here if we know that they're here. And just Uber and try and kill them. Try and take down some of their numbers. And then go back to defend, because you don't really need an Uber too much to defend C. It's quite easy to defend it without an Uber. You could milk it out for a lot longer than they can. But yeah, the enemy will be holding about here. Their pyro might be sitting about, I don't know. The pyro will be really confused at this point if he's a passive pyro. I think it's better for pyros to roam around, but if he's a passive pyro, he'll be sitting here and he'll be like, spy check in here, spy check in here, spy check in here. Just really confused, so he won't be able to do anything to our Uber, so we won't need a pyro to come with us. Pyro can stay defending our sentry. But yeah, when we do push here, it might be worth it if our demo kind of walks through spawn, just walks out of V and kind of spams over here too. Just be a nice distraction. Get them stuck here and try to kill him. But yeah, once we do use our Uber, when I guess we're about 2 seconds left on it, so like, I don't know, what's that, 30%? Start trying to back out with it. And you want to be about here by the time that they start like thinking about a repush spun up, just so you can back off and the sentry can cover you. And then resume like normal positions whilst I try and push. When we lose C, don't commit to it too much, as we've got the spawn door here, it's quite easy to escape. When we lose C, you need to back out down this tunnel, run as fast as possible, make sure the medic kind of goes in front of everything. With like the heavy sits at the back, pyro goes in front, medic in the middle like a sandwich, and then go over here. Come into this lobby area, and then you need to hold this, because ideally you need to defend D and you need to defend E at this point, as it's really easy for them to cap both. They might, if we don't kill them all on C, or we don't kill a significant number, they'll push through there. It's absolutely pointless to try and defend this whilst they're still in that tunnel. You need to make them think that they get this point. You need to get them down on the lower ground, and then you come back out. This is a point that you need to commit to. This is a point you need to throw lives on to defend, or you've pretty much lost that game really easily. So when it is like an Uber, similar times on the Uber, just hope you've got the better DM at the end of that Uber, and you've got the better positioning. But if you force their Uber and they're up there, and we've had to like use ours and we're down here, or even if we haven't used ours yet, but they're all still hiding there, and then we end up trying to like get them, we can do nothing to them from down here because they've got a whole wall to defend them, and we can't exactly run all the way around, jump up and in. So you need to bait them onto that point. You need to get like 3 times, 4 times before you come in and contest it. It's okay because they'll have an Uber maybe to defend themselves when you come and contest it, and that stops the point being capped as fast. It'll go down to 2 times. But yeah, kind of use this area to defend. Heavy comes out here. Demo man can come around here, or he can stick with the heavy up here, and just pyro just watches here whilst the medic sits here nice and snug. Stops the medic dying to soldiers or spies or something, or anything that comes behind, whilst the heavy can still put out damage and defend this point. When you defend this point, you need to rotate around here, and you need to be watching kind of this door as the heavy and the pyro kind of watch that door, and the demo man watches this door. When there's a lot of people coming through here onto E, the heavy will rotate over here and he'll start defending that too, but the pyro still needs to watch this door for spies, and then once again when you don't see the spy for a while, rotate back here and try and find him. He will go for the medic, like they need the medic kill at this point. When we lose C, we'll be, our engineer, whoever it may be, will be running mini sentries, because it's a waste of time running level 3s. You can't keep it up for long enough, and a mini sentry and being able to actually maneuver yourself as an engineer is much more useful. You can do the spy checking, you can take out any flanks. So yeah, we'll use that. We'll have a sneaky teleport going into B to get behind them. The enemy will be about here. If they fail, they'll push onto D. But we'll have a sneaky teleport that we can coordinate with. The spy can come down here, can call it out. If we've got an Uber and we want to push, we'll send our soldier behind as well, take that teleport. He'll distract them, start shooting rockets from here to try and bring them down. That should hopefully distract the pyro long enough for our combo to get here and get in this doorway before they realise. And then we can do an Uber v Uber battle, but we've got all that ground, and we can really push them down with an Uber. That's pretty much defense. The sniper has to roam after B, because their sniper will also like be up here, just kind of coming in here. So the sniper needs to counter the sniper, and that means roaming. And it's up to like the scout's job to defend him, or maybe the soldier's job to defend the sniper when he needs it. Snipers are quite important on this point, on this map even though it doesn't seem like it, because it's all little rooms. The sniper can do a lot of work, and he can hold down this entire point on his own. Watch out for wrangled sentries getting set up. If we hear one's getting set up and it can't get sapped and it can't get spammed, we're going to need to send our combo, or we'll need to send our combo to try and sort it out. Leave up like the flanks defending whatever point we're at. So I expect we'll like hear that there's a wrangled sentry going up on E or something when we're defending C. That's when we'll say we're going out to sort it, and then the flanks need to rotate around here and try and put up as much of a defense, like try and do as much as a combo could at this point, just staying alive, being a nuisance, forcing Ubers quite early. But yeah, our main defense is going to come from this C point, and as long as we've got the advantage and we can defend it aggressively, we should get a lot of time here. Looking for 5 minutes defense on C. The rest, like A and B, I'm looking for minute, 2 minutes apiece. And to defend D and E, I'm looking for about 3 minutes. And that's pretty much a good defense. We can attack in that time pretty aggressively, as long as we attack with momentum. So play it like 5 CP. Any pick, we push on it. Any vital pick, we push on it. But just always be aware of like your surroundings. So if you don't know the map, run around it a lot. That's pretty much it. I don't know if any of you have got anything to add.
Not really, no.
Any strats?
Not really.
No, you pretty much covered it.
Okay, I tried to rattle through it quite quickly again. Just so many times I have done a steel map walk.
That was 27 minutes, judging by how long I've been streaming, and I think the last one was like 50 or something.
Yep. But the last time we were going through names and fucking everything.
Oh yeah.
I can't be bothered to go through names. This one's important, this one's lobby. This is A to E. This is lobby to D. Or like they're pushing, we hear they're pushing D, they're probably pushing from lobby. A to E to B is this whole route. So if you hear A to E to B, just imagine that they're on their way through here. B to C is this route. Under is this route. So if you ever hear under, this means this. This is B. This is main.
I thought you said you couldn't bother doing names.
I'm just going through the obvious, like the really obvious ones. Just like, because we don't have proper names, but we kind of have calls.
Yeah.
Pushing C is this area. If we're at C and we hear stairs, that's stairs. This is like D tunnel, spawn tunnel, whatever. This is, well, the other spawn is forward spawn. I don't really know what to call this bit. Never had a name for that, but yeah. Up top, if we're at like E and we say up top, this is up top. Also, that's windows over there. And that's it. That's all the names we kind of need to know.
Most of them are pretty intuitive.
Yeah. But we do get issues with like maybe some people go, I don't understand what that was. I didn't know you meant that.
Yeah.
For example, Chrono and Metex. They're quite bad with names. This is kind of like balcony area. Balcony windows. But yeah, that's everything. That's steel in a nutshell. Just play it aggressively, defend it aggressively on C and onwards. Play it really, really passively on A and B. Oh, play it passively when you don't have that guaranteed advantage. Is that 30 minutes in total then?
Just hit 30 minutes and 6 seconds.
Perfect.
Is that
And
everything?
yeah, that's everything.